Hey everyone, this is Christina D, aka Short on the Easel, making up for something I didn't cover, but I did end up testing after recording, and that was the fountain pens. Obviously, this is not one of the ones I used, or else it would actually have an ink cartridge in there. This is the one I used. This would be my testing it. And when I initially used it, it was very buttery. Like, this was the smoothest I've ever written with anything. And, like, I've used dip pens before. Maybe not in videos, but I've used dip pens before. And, oh my god, this was so much smoother. It was like writing with a ballpoint pen. I loved it. But you know what? Fresh page. It's been a little while since I made that video, and I initially put some ink in here. Let's see if it still writes as smoothly. Because if I remember correctly, in my response comment to someone, I said it got a little scratchier, and it did. But let's go. Let's start off with writing. Okay. Definitely feels a lot scratchier now. It doesn't feel as smooth or as buttery as it did originally. Now it feels like writing with any other dip pen. But you know what? That's not a bad thing. If you're used to dip pens, then this will be a breeze. Like, you can hear how scratchy it is. And this thing isn't even completely empty. Hang on. Like, you can see there's still a decent amount of ink in this thing. So, the fact that it's not writing the same way it did, very interesting. And, yeah, no, this is where I've stored it since. I've used it on and off, but I mean, granted, maybe it's just because I don't use it as often as most people that probably get fountain pens do. So maybe it's a usage thing, like maybe the more you use it, the more the writing stays as smooth as it was when you first put the ink cartridge in, but now it feels like writing with just about any other dip pen, so I mean, it's not bad. It's still a very good pen. I definitely still suggest these. But, you know, keep in mind it does get messy. You do get used to holding it further back. But, you know, you do get a little ink on you every now and then. It happens. Okay, did a very janky drawing, but let's try doing a little drawing with this. And oh god, and that's why you don't draw with or write with your hand, pretty much. Right down by the tip. And of course, now that I said it didn't write that smoothly, it's writing so. Why is it buttery now? You weren't when I was just writing the alphabet. What the hell? Excuse me. Definitely an angle of the pen thing. I will give it that. There's definitely an angle you have to hold it at, because it's definitely a lot. It's writing better now. Probably an angle of the pen and a usage thing. There's still definitely some of that scratchiness. And I swear I can draw faces better than this. This was just a very, very quick thing. I just noticed that, but hang on. Are you guys seeing that? I did not notice that weird bubbling. Huh. It's very interesting. Oh, wait, no. Yeah. I was about to say, too good to be true for it to be writing that smoothly again. I definitely think there is some change in the pen and the writing quality as time goes on. I definitely do think it does sort of get a bit scratchier to work with the more you don't use it. But yeah, note to self, don't hold it as closely to the tip as I did, because you will be covered in ink. Meanwhile, a couple minutes later, decided to try and save it by going in with my Tombow. I also accidentally wiped the ink when it was still wet. But you know what? That kind of adds a cool texture to it. But you know, the fact that I was able to save it with this, instead of finish the picture with this, yeah, no, let's stick to writing when it comes to the fountain pen. And stick to the trusty Tombow and fine liners when it comes to pictures. Okay, and maybe some dip pens. But, you know, fountain pens, definitely stick with fountain pens for writing.